Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube world? This is Chris, and of course, this is my channel, Barn on 11970. Thank you, as always, for checking out my video. All right, guys, one of my subscribers actually brought this to my attention. It's an old video of mine, which I haven't heard in a while. I made back in September of 2013, where I was giving predictions of my gold and silver, what I thought it was going to do in the future. Now, it's funny how some of the people out there, the critics out there that love to thumb down every video of mine, like to say that I'm wrong. And they'll pick times where I am wrong, which, I would love to know anybody that's 100% right, because you could look at all these major people out there like David Morgan and a whole bunch of others. They get things wrong too. But I'll always get criticized for when I get something wrong, but never when I get it right. And I've gotten plenty of things right. So to prove a point, I'm going to attach an old video to this video of me predicting where gold and silver was going to end up back in 2013. So check out the video and tell me what you think. Do you think what I said back in 2013 seems to be relevant today, or am I completely wrong? So I'll let you guys decide. So thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the following video.
What's up, YouTube? Again, this is Barn on 11970. As always, I thank you guys for watching my video, and we're going to talk a little bit about the gold and silver. As we see, they are hammering the gold and silver again, as usual. I wonder how much paper they dumped into the system to get this to happen. We see gold right now down 35 to about 13.30 and change, and we see silver down $1.21, under $22 at this point, between $22.88 and $22.93. So it's lost all its gains. This is what's going to happen. I keep telling people it's manipulated up and down. Unless you have inside information, you're never going to know what's really going on. So they're just going to string you along for a while. That's why I was telling people the other day, expect another dip coming. And also that I didn't say anything like, oh, this is where all of a sudden it's going to go to the moon. They're going to manipulate this as long as they can. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is how long it's going to happen. This is going to continue. They're going to kick the can down the line until Bernanke steps down and the next chairman comes in. Because what's going to happen is, they're going to, I guarantee it without watching one television show or one news propaganda media outlet, I guarantee you they're going to talk up, oh, the new Fed is going to, whoever it is going to save the day, and they're going to change the system, and they'll even probably say things like, oh, I'm going to start tapering. I'm going to do what Ben Bernanke couldn't do. And, of course, the average people who overreact to the market and believe anything that's said is going to react. And you're going to see the Dow Jones hit more all-time highs, and you're going to see, for that time being, gold and silver go down, which is going to make some nice buying opportunities. So I can almost play it out. This is how obvious it is at this point. And if you think about it, it gets Ben Bernanke off the hook. It kicks the can down the line. And now they have a new way where they can say the same thing from anew by saying things like, oh, well, Bernanke wouldn't taper. So this new person, whoever it is, oh, they're going to do it. They're going to talk about it, and the average people are going to believe it, and then the market's going to overreact, and you're going to see this dip again. But here's the thing. It can't last forever, because eventually I would like to assume that the people would get to the point where they will realize that actions speak louder than words, and that they can say they're going to taper. And it doesn't matter who says it, because even if Gandhi was working as the new chairman of the Federal Reserve, the new chairman of the Federal Reserve, one man can't fix the system. One woman can't fix the system, because it's a corrupt system. Get Gandhi to join the mafia and see how long he lasts before they give him some nice cement shoes. So he may have the intention, he may be a very good person, but in a corrupt system, unless you change the system, nothing is going to change. He's just going to be a spoke in the wheel that gets broken off, and the wheel will keep spinning. So it doesn't matter who's going to be the new chairman. They're going to do the same thing, and they're just now have a way to string us along even more, and the governments already know that they just have to say something, and the markets will overreact. So since people don't want to do anything about it, and the average person cares more about their iPhones and what's going on with Britney Spears and Miley Cyrus and all things that are on the television, Nothing's going to change. I've been saying this for a long time, so that's why there's going to be more false flag events. There's going to be more people that die. It's never any wealthy people. You ever notice when there is some kind of tragedy, it's never some billionaire, it's never some high official. It's always us poor people that seem to always be the ones that are burdened with these terrorists, even though supposedly these terrorists hate the government and hate our system. They fight it by killing poor people. That makes perfect sense to me. So the next time you're angry at a corrupt banking system, I guess we should take it out on poor people, because I guess that's how you fix it. You show your anger by injuring poor people. So when are people going to get it? So I'm going to tell you right now, gold and silver is going to stay stagnant and may start dropping even further at this point. That's just one of the last times they're going to be trying to shake people out, scare them out, get them frustrated out, and say, oh, look, it's gone up again, and now look, it's crashing. That's it, I give up, I hate this metal. Buy low and sell high. So if it drops, that's not the time to get out. That's not the time to panic. That is not the time to get angry. That's the time to load the boat, load the truck. Because if you know history, everything always goes back to gold and silver eventually. It cannot last forever. They're just making it seem that way. And people are so impatient because most of the people probably have SLV or GLD, or they're trying to buy gold and silver to make a quick buck, and they're frustrated that they can't do it. If you have to wait 5 years, if you have to wait 10 years, it's not a long time. That's what people seem to not get, these people that are so impatient and want it to happen tomorrow. Well, it's not going to happen in a corrupt system. No matter how many times you cross your fingers, no matter how many times you get down on your knees and pray, no matter how much you try and hold your breath and say, oh, it's going to happen, no matter how much they jerk you along by saying things, it's not what they say, it's what they do. So expect this to continue past the beginning of January of 2014, because that's when we'll have a new Fed chairman, and they could start over again by saying things like, oh, well, since Bernanke couldn't do it, we're thinking about tapering. And they may even taper 10%. I highly doubt it, but they may even do it just to save face and say, look, see, we can do it, and that will make the market really overreact. And I'll tell you right now, if the new Fed chairman, whoever it is, because I personally don't care who it is, because anybody that goes there, no matter who it is going to be part of a corrupt system and get paid lots of money to sell out their fellow earthlings, shall we say, because this will affect the world. I'll tell you this, if it ends up that they do taper a little bit, which I don't think they really will, but maybe they might just do a little bit just to say, look, see, we're doing something different, and the market overreacts, then I could actually see $15 silver and $900 to $1,000 gold. But it ain't staying that way. And if it ever gets to that point, back up the truck and buy as much physical as you can, because that's what I'll be doing. I'll sell my car if I have to. I'll save up whatever amount. So right now, I'm not buying any gold and silver, even though with this little dip it looks nice. I really think what's going to be happening is really going to start being affected in January, February, or the beginning of 2014 when we have a new chairman, and they'll either talk about tapering, and people will believe it, or they might actually take a little bit of it away temporarily. That's like if you know anybody that's a major hardcore drug user or a major hardcore alcoholic, try and take their drug away from them and see how long they allow you to do it and see how nice they are. Because let me tell you something, even the best alcoholic in the world may say, I'm fed up, and maybe go a day or two, maybe go a week or two, maybe even go a year or two without alcohol. But the addiction is so strong, it's very easy to get right back on the wagon. So even if they taper, it is not going to be permanent. And like I said, I really don't think they are going to taper. But this new chairman could actually string people along for a lot more time now, because it's out with the old, in with the new. So now they can start the story all over again, and people will buy it, and the market will overreact, like what they're doing now. So I'm telling people right now, in my humble opinion, and I'm not guaranteeing I'm right, if that goes the way I'm thinking it does, expect a huge drop in gold and silver, because the paper market will affect the physical market. And that is going to be one of the best buying opportunities we will ever see. Buy at any time, that's what I say. That's up to you to agree with it or disagree with it. The reason I get gold and silver is to protect myself against the eventual collapse of the US dollar and the economy, because the economy is not improving. Because if you think there's any improvement from our country by borrowing more money that we have to pay back with more and more interest, if you think that's a recovery, then you are being paid a lot of money to discredit the people who are trying to get the truth out, and shame on those people. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. You can agree with it. You can disagree with it. I'm not here to become Mr. Popular. I'm not here to join the tribe and not be an individual and say what people want to hear. I'm speaking my mind. Some people appreciate it. Some don't. I'm not worried about the ones who don't. And the people who are free thinkers, you need to be a free thinker. Just because I'm saying something does not mean it's gospel, does not mean I'm 100% right, and does not mean you should follow it blindly. Do your own research, get your own information from everywhere you can, and then make your determination on your own. Don't let anyone influence your decisions, because we've seen in the past with so many different people out there that they'll do whatever they can to steal your wealth and lie to you. I'm not here to lie to you, but we're not going to get a savior. And that's why when people are talking about even things like Rand Paul as the next president, even if he becomes president, he can't fix a corrupt system. Ron Paul couldn't do it, so it doesn't matter. It's the system that is corrupt, not the people. So it doesn't matter if anybody, like Mother Teresa can become the next Fed chairman or the next president, and things will still be the same, because they will not allow one person, no matter how righteous and good they are, to be able to change a corrupt system where too many people will have too much to lose. They're not going to let it happen, because if they did, it would have happened already. So be prepared for it to get worse before it gets better. But if you prepare for these things in advance, you don't have to worry about it. So some people will say, oh, you've been talking about this for a while. Well, better to be 5 years too early than 5 seconds too late. Because trust me, when you're 5 seconds too late, game over. You do what you want. Thanks for watching. Peace.